Hey friends, Drew from Nutmeg here. I hope you're all staying healthy. This week we've got a really exciting dinner box for you. This is a cook-at-home meal, and it's coming with steak, chimichurri, fingerling potatoes, and local green garlic. We're gonna jump right into the chimichurri sauce. This sauce can be made a bunch of different ways. I'm gonna show you how to make it so there's a little bit of texture to it. This is open to interpretation, so go ahead and have fun with it. First thing we're gonna add is some cilantro. Of course, those folks who don't like cilantro, you can leave this part out. And fresh oregano. The key to chimichurri is going to be fresh oregano. You can use the dried stuff, but the fresh stuff is going to be way, way better. We're including a spice mix for you guys. It's got some paprika, a little bit of celery in there, cumin, coriander, both of which have been toasted, granulated garlic, and onion. After that, we're going to hit it with our vinegars. Traditionally, it's just a red wine vinegar, but we like to amp it up and add a little bit of champagne vinegar in there as well. And then, of course, some fresh garlic. Gives it a little bit of heat and spiciness. The parsley we're gonna save for the end. I like to emulsify all this with the olive oil, and then we'll add the parsley at the end to give it a little bit of texture. Same with the chili flake. So, here we go. So we'll start it on low speed, add our oil. All right. So we can see we've got a nice smooth texture here. And this is the point where we're gonna add the parsley and the crushed red pepper. And again, this is customizable. You don't need to add it all, so we'll start with a little bit. I like to be able to see the crushed red pepper so that you have a little bit of color in there that's not all just green. So we're gonna just halfway blend it in and leave some texture in there. And then the last little bit will just be some lemon juice, and that's more of an adjustment to the acidity. So again, we're going to start off with a small amount and add more as we see fit. So there we are. We've got a really nice green color there, and it's actually got some texture, so it's not just a smooth sauce. So now that we've got our sauce done, we're going to marinate our steaks. This week we've got some Aspen Ridge beef flat iron steaks. These are fantastic. They're going to come pre-portioned. They're about a 7-ounce portion. The box will come with 2, which is the perfect amount for 3 to 4 people, depending on how hungry y'all are. And you can add more on the website if you've got some big meat eaters. We can always add a couple steaks on there for you. So really important, get a good base of seasoning down on both of these, salt and pepper. And then what we're gonna do is take our chimichurri, and we're gonna use about a third of it to coat these. The rest we're gonna save afterward for garnishing. So I like to let this sit a couple hours, let those flavors penetrate the steak a little bit. While these guys are sitting, we're gonna show you how to do the potatoes. So your box is coming with some fingerling potatoes. These are from a local farm, and they're super tender. They're really delicious. We're gonna boil these in cold water. Start it out with cold water, add a little salt to the water, bring it up to a boil, and then let them simmer. They vary in size a lot, so you'll have to test them frequently. I find about 15 to 18 minutes is a good time. We want them to be a little firmer than how we're gonna eat them, because we are gonna oven roast them, so they will cook a little bit in the oven. I like to cut them right in half, kind of down the long side, and get the most amount of the inside exposed to the heat. So we'll take our potatoes, toss them in a little bit of oil, season them, and now we're gonna roast these nice and hot. We're gonna go 375 for about 12 minutes. And I like to put the flesh side up so you get nice crispy crust on there, and when you break through, it's nice and fluffy on the inside. We're going to be serving the potatoes with a little bit of green garlic. So this is from Schaner Farms. Green garlic is simply just garlic that is immature. You can see the bulb has started to form, but it hasn't completely matured. It has a real subtle garlic flavor. The way we're going to prep this, we'll cut the roots off, and then we'll take the outside skin, the one that's in contact with the ground, we'll take that one off, and you see it reveals that beautiful white flesh. My favorite way to prepare this is to broil it, because you can get a little bit of browning along the edges and some caramelization on it. My favorite way to do these is just cut pieces about that long. The bulbs are thicker, so we're going to cut those in half so that they cook in about the same amount of time, and we don't have raw bulbs and cooked stems. Same process. Throw them in a little bit of oil, salt, and pepper. And again, if you have a broiler, this is the time to use it. If not, they can be thrown in the oven at 375, just like the potatoes. Our steaks have been in the fridge for about 2 hours now, and they are ready to cook. So what we're going to do is get a grill pan nice and hot. Now, chimichurri does have a lot of oil in it, so if you throw it directly onto a flame, you're gonna cause a lot of smoke. So what I like to do is scrape off most of the chimichurri, and this is why we save some of it. At the end, we're gonna garnish with it. So we'll scrape this off. The flavor has penetrated the steak. Throw it on the grill here. So we're gonna try and get some cross hatching here. So we've laid it down one direction. Now we're gonna lift it up. We'll turn it not quite 90 degrees. I like a little bit of angle on my grill marks. Go ahead and press it down there. Make sure you're getting good contact all the way around. Now I'm using a cast iron grill. You can use a barbecue. You could use a cast iron pan. There's a lot of different ways to cook the steak. This type of steak is definitely gonna be best cooked medium rare. We're gonna take it off a little bit early. We're gonna give these a flip. Sometimes we like to cook the steak a little bit less on the grill and finish it in the oven where you have a little more controlled heat. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna just get the nice grill marks, get it cooked on the outside, and then we're gonna put it in the oven at about 350 degrees until it's the temperature we like. Okay, now that we've got the marks that we want, we're gonna go ahead and take these off. And like I said, we'll put them in the oven at 350 degrees, and we're gonna cook them till they're ready. So you'll know they're ready when the texture of the steak is about the same as the texture of this part of your hand. All right, guys, so we've taken our steak out of the oven. We're gonna let it sit for a little bit. That way, when we cut it, the juices aren't all gonna run out. And we're gonna cut it across the grain like this. You can see a nice medium rare there. The way I would like to plate this is kind of shingle it. Just like that. Next, we're gonna take our potatoes and our green garlic. And so the way I like to prepare this, I like to chop the green garlic up. You can see we got all these nice caramelized edges on them. That's gonna really wake up that garlic flavor and take it to a different dimension. So we'll take a bowl, we'll take our green garlic, we'll take our potatoes here, give those a quick toss. And then we'll take our finished chimichurri sauce here. And if we want to get fancy, we'll go ahead and do a little swirl on the plate here. And there you have it. You've got your chimichurri steak with roasted fingerling potatoes. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. This box is available on our website, www.nutmegsd.com. You can order it any day of the week, and the box will come with all the ingredients you need for about 4 people. You'll have the option to increase it to 6 or 8 on the website as well. Love to hear your feedback. We got a lot of videos and photographs of the burger box we did last week. Thank you guys so much for the positive messages. I hope you're all staying safe. Enjoy yourselves cooking this meal and eat well. Take care, guys.